Afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good summer? Yeah?
Yes. Tell July. Buon summer. Cambiato il pedina. Hello, Eddie. Hello, how are you?
Afternoon.
Quite a dramatic 24 hours, which we'll come to in a minute. But the new Premier League season's here, preparation's done, feeling ready?
Yes, I'm excited to start the Premier League. I think we can be happy because we have worked well, and we are ready to start and to play and to follow the way in the last season.
Moises Caicedo. Jurgen Klopp has confirmed this morning that the fee's been agreed with Liverpool. What's your understanding of the current situation?
I would like to answer only one time for all, no? I've already forgotten Moises. I'm really proud for the player we have in the squad. I think we have to complete the squad. We want to improve the squad because we lost McAllister, we lost Colwill, maybe we lose Caicedo, but I think we have to be ready because when the players leave is because they played well, but the credit is for the club, for the players, for us, the coaches. I think the big club can buy the players, but they can't buy our soul and our spirit. That is not on the market, and this is most important than the players when they leave.
We'll leave a big hole in the team, won't he, by not being here? You said about needing to complete the squad, so can you replace a player like?
Yes, we brought not only Igor, we brought James Miller is still a top player. Dawood last year didn't play so many games, but he's top player. Maybe he needs much time to come inside in idea, in condition, but he's a top player for us, for our level. Joe Pedro is a potential crack. Adingra is one attackers, one wingers more, and he will be very important for us because we will play more or less 60 games, and we need a stronger squad. Igor is a good player. It's like Dawood, he needs much time because his position is crucial for us. The central back can touch 100 of balls per game. But we have not finished yet the transfer market. But I think we are building a very, very good team.
If it goes through, then it will be a British record fee, so it's a lot of money potentially to spend. Do you expect all?
Yes, but I told you only one question and only one answer, because the money is not my work, it's not my job. I can answer only about the transfer market, but in general. But Moises is leaving, and it's not important for me now.
With regarding the transfer market, you linked to a number of players like Mohamed Kudus or Cole Palmer. Is there anything in those names that you like?
But we are not enough to start the season. We have to complete the squad. We have to bring others players. I don't know how many, but not so many players. I want players if they want to come here. If they don't want, we are Brighton. We achieved a big target, because the target we achieved last year is the same of Liverpool. Is better than Chelsea, but is the history explain, not me. And I would like players proud to play in Brighton. Only it, because we can't forget and we can't lose the most important things. The most important thing is soul and spirit, not the coach, not the quality of the player, because the coach and the quality of player is not enough to achieve the big target.
That's what I was going to come on to next, actually, the soul and spirit that you've talked about. Do you think that's something that's special about this club compared to the other clubs maybe in the Premier League?
Yes, you're right, especially in this club.
Why is that?
Because we are not a top team. Because if we lose 3 important players, is because we are not a top club enough or yet, but it's the truth. But I have to accept, because you have to know where you are working, and we are working in Brighton. We know very well our policy, and our work is to find other players with other quality, with the same potential, and to follow playing like last year, and to follow thinking like last year. Yeah.
Finally, from me, my colleagues will speak about Luton in just a moment, but there's huge excitement around Brighton and how I'm sure you probably experienced itself because of this season, a first season in Europe. What represents a good season for Brighton?
You want to know the target?
Yeah.
No, it's not the right moment to speak about target, because for 2 things. The first, we have to wait for the end of the transfer market, and the second, we have to analyze the starting of the Premier League, the first 4, 5, 6 games, because it's very important to start in a good way, and then we can speak about the target how you want. There isn't problem, and for sure I love fixing the target very high to have to keep big motivation, because we have to have a big motivation, and last year we did it.
Hi Roberto, what's the team news ahead of the Luton match tomorrow?
But there isn't big news. We have to analyze the Adam Lallana and the Webster situation, and the other we are ready. Every player is available to play.
And with Adam Webster, what's...
No, nothing, because today he worked, and this morning he worked with us without problem, is available, but the first game on the season, I wouldn't like to take any risk. Webster is a crucial player for us, and I don't want.
With the hole that may be left in the centre of midfield, do you feel like you have a ready-made replacement to fill that void immediately within the squad now?
But we are enough today to play tomorrow. We have to see if we need someone more. But I believe in my club, in recruiting of my club, and we will see in the last 15 days in August.
On Sunday, we saw both goalkeepers get 45 minutes each. There's obviously more competition for Jason still this season now. Who are you looking towards to start tomorrow?
I will manage like players, because keepers are players, but different now, because sometimes we are used to think one player in the first 11 and the second keeper. No, I don't want to follow this idea. I think we are lucky to have two keepers of these qualities, and they will play half season and half season, but 50% of the games, depending on the moment, the period, the condition, the technologies, because Bart Verbruggen is a potential top keeper, but he needs, like Daoud, like Igor, much time to understand the build-up you love, no? Because the journalist loves the build-up, no?
Yeah. Has your decision maybe been swayed a little bit more after last Sunday, or are you still going to do a 50-50 split?
La decisione dopo la scorsa domenica è cambiata ancora 50-50 sui due giocatori?
No, when one of my players made a mistake, I love him more. And when Jason made a mistake, I decided to start the season with him.
And then forward players have made mistakes. I mean, we spoke about Solly March last season, you gave him a hug. Did you do the same with Jason?
Abbiamo parlato di questa situazione di Solly March, gli avevi dato un abbraccio, hai fatto
No, but Jason doesn't need to hug, no? I think he showed his quality last season. Was one of the the most important secret to achieve our target. Was crucial, and I think he deserved to a different treatment. And he deserved to play in the start 11.
This is your first pre-season with Brighton. I know you've touched on it, but how excited are you to go through a full season, having worked with players now for a good few months?
Yes, it's different, no? This season for me is different. I started the season in September last year, and this season I started in 6 weeks before the Premier League start. No, I've worked in different way, because I have had different much time, but the motivation, the passion, the methodology are different, are the same.
It's 40 years since Brighton played Luton in the top division. I'm not sure how much that means to you, but in terms of their story, it's a similar one to Brighton. How much do you know about Luton and what they've done?
I know very well Luton. I think tomorrow is one of the most difficult game in this moment for us, because for Luton will be a historic day, and we have to know now and yesterday and at the beginning of this week, because we have to fight. If we wanna win, we have to play like a top team, thinking the Luton is a top team. Now after 3-4 months, I don't know, can change or can still the same, but can still be the same. But the first game in Premier League, the motivation, the emotion, yes, the spirit is very important.
And just finally from me, is there a kind of points target in these first few matches that you want to achieve?
Tomorrow 3, because 4 we can't.
Thank you.
Roberto, Alexis McAllister has left. Moises could be leaving. Where does Steven Alzate fit in? He's a player that you've had in pre-season. He wasn't here last year.
Yes, I forgot to speak about Alzate, but he's another new player for me. He knows better than me Brighton, but for me, we are working together from only 1 month. He has to know better my idea, our idea. He has big talent, big quality. I think he's a specific player for us. But there is Pascal Gross can play in midfield position, Daoud, Bill Gilmore, and we have to analyze if he's ready to play not so many games. But I want to be honest with him, clear, and explain him the situation can be, no?
And one other player, Igor, has come in. Do you see him as a centre-back playing on the left, but is he also a potential left-back cover-back potentially, or do you see him just as a centre-back?
No, I love changing the position of the players, but for example, Pascal Gross or other player, no, but Moises, Caicedo last year, or I changed McAllister position, different position, but the first position, the best position for Igor, we brought him to play in centre back, left centre back, yeah.
And in terms of Luton, is this probably one of the most difficult games you could have had as your first game, rather than because they are an unknown quality because they've just been promoted?
È difficile perché le loro qualità sono sconosciute dal momento attuale che sono stati promossi solamente la scorsa.
Yes, but the passion, the courage, the emotion, the motivation can change the result in Premier League in every competition. The quality of the player, the quality of the play are not enough to win tomorrow the game. We have to push and to push like the opponent, to fight like the opponent, and then I hope we show more qualities, because we have more qualities.
Lovely, thank you.
Any more broadcast?
Couple more.
Roberto, hello, Joe from ITV News here. Have you prepared any differently this season to last, knowing that you have European football, more games to contend with?
No, we are building a stronger squad in terms of numbers of players, also in characteristic of the players, because James Milner and Daoud are both specific to help us in mentality, in the experience, in to know better the European competition. We, for 4 position, wingers and strikers, number 9 and number 10, we have 9 players for 4 places, and explain we wanna build different squad, because if we play Thursday away in the Europe League and Sunday you play in Premier League, learned me. I learned from Premier League to win a game. You have to push 100% because 99% is not enough to win the game.
Just a final one from me. How have you prevented this renewed and extra interest for your players from these bigger clubs? How have you prevented it from being a distraction to the rest of the squad?
Come puoi prevenire il fatto che l'interesse dei grandi club per i tuoi giocatori sia una fonte di distrazione?
No, I think it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but the most important is to keep the behavior, the right behavior, and to keep the focus in your team, in your family, and to remember the history, no? The Brighton. If Brighton in the past had you the possibility, the chance to show your quality, you can't forget. Because the people who forget the past is not good people.
Thank you very much.